The new edition of Doctor Who magazine came out this morning, and it's an edition full of little tidbits about the new era, some little teasers about words that we might hear, some information about episodes that might be coming, and maybe some hints about some bad guys in some things. We will see. Let's see if that was a joke or not. I'll tell you about it in a minute. And there was a comic book featuring the very first adventure for David Tennant's 14th Doctor, debuting in comic form before he's even had an adventure on television. All of that I'm going to be talking about in this video and what we learnt about the upcoming era from this issue. Now look, I should start off by saying that you should absolutely go out and buy this yourself. There is a lot of absolutely fantastic content in there. The comic itself is absolutely worth buying this issue for, and I'm not going to be showing you any of the comic because that wouldn't be fair on the comic. You know, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's in the comic, but we'll do that later. No spoilers yet, and I'll give you plenty of warning, but I'm not going to show you any of it. And as always, there's lots of really interesting articles in this, more than I'm even going to be talking about here, and I might have missed something, so definitely do go out and buy this, support the magazine. It's a great publication. I actually bought it digitally for the first time because I couldn't get to the shop because I've got COVID, so I couldn't go out and buy it, so I thought, oh well, I'll get it on my iPad instead. It's not a bad reading experience on the iPad, actually, you know, and if you need to save space, why not get it digitally, I guess? So let's start off with the most tenuous thing on the list, which is that in one of the articles introducing the creative team behind the new era, the producers, the script editors, etc., one of the script editors, there was the same three questions that are asked to each of the people in this article. Little short questions like, why did you first watch Doctor Who? One of the questions is, what are you most looking forward to in the upcoming era? And it says, in brackets, no spoilers, which is what makes me think this is a joke answer. But Chris May, producer on the new era, answered, the Cyber Dalek. And then he said, oh no, you said no spoilers. Now, that's probably a joke and just a tease to fans. But, Russell T Davies himself has been known to slip in things in his bits in the magazine to actual reveals. A load of rubbish like, oh, it could be this, and this. Maybe one of them is even true. And then one turns out to be true. I think they did that with Rosa's name, the new Rosa's name in this new era. I think he did that with. So maybe this is a double bluff. Maybe they put it in there to make us think that it's a joke. But there are actually Cyber Daleks. What would Cyber Daleks be like? Cybermen converting Daleks? Or Daleks using cyber technology? What do you think? This is the least likely of actual information. It's probably just a joke. But fun to speculate, hey. Then we've got Tom Kingsley, who is the director of the second of David Tennant's specials. In his answer to what he's most looking forward to, he just said, the one with the hands. What does that mean? The one with the hands? That could mean so many things. Is this going to be hands coming out of a wall is my first image that comes to mind there. Maybe like we had the hand grenades on Skaro in one of the Peter Capaldi episodes. Could be that, maybe. Or who knows, but a little snippet there. The one with the hands. What could that mean? There's lots of cryptic stuff in this list. But moving away from the cryptic for just 1 second, we have a bit of solid information. From Russell T Davies' own bit in the magazine, we get the reveal that there are at least 7 episodes, because he talks about working on this. This is 7 episodes for the series that will follow the specials, so Shooty's series. He's talking about doing the scripts for those and working on the scripts for those, and he's talking about working on episode 7, which means we know there are at least 7 episodes of the series. That doesn't mean that's the most there'll be, doesn't mean there aren't 10, 12, who knows, maybe even more. But we know there are at least 7 episodes because he's talked about working on episode 7. He also gives a little bit of information about episode 7. This is probably the most concrete information we've got about anything in the next series beyond who the Doctor is, and that is going to be set, or at least the opening scene presumably, or the scene that he was working on, is set in the USA in 1947. Specifically in a coffee bar. So what was going on in the US in 1947? Well, obviously this was post-World War II by only a few years, so they're kind of dealing with the immediate after of the Second World War. That could possibly play into the plot. The president is Harry S. Truman, I believe, at the time. Maybe that'll involve the White House, who knows? For more sort of less world-impacting events, it was the invention of the Polaroid camera, which the world's first instant camera. And that, I don't know, that kind of feels like it could absolutely be the basis of a Doctor Who story. Something about the invention of the first instant Polaroid camera. There could absolutely be a very creepy Doctor Who story involved in that. Here's an interesting one. On July the 7th in that year, a supposedly downed extraterrestrial spacecraft is reportedly found in Roswell, in the Roswell UFO incident. It's going to be that, isn't it? It's going to be the Roswell UFO incident. It's going to be. It's also apparently on August 1st, the first reporting of a so-called Men in Black encounter, where mysterious Men in Black are investigating alien UFOs. Did I miss anything else in 1947 that was a big event? Let me know in the comments below. And which of those do you think would make a great story? I think it's probably going to be Roswell, isn't it? Let's face it. Some of the new production team from the new era also introduced in this issue. I've mentioned some of them already, but for the full list of who they mention, here we go. Joel Collins, executive producer. Phil Collinson, returning, of course, executive producer. Vicky DeLoe, producer. Julie Gardner, returning, executive producer. Scott Hancock, previously of Big Finish, script editor. Ellie Marsh, co-producer. Chris May, producer. Philip Sims, production designer. Jane Tranter, executive producer. Jane has obviously also worked on the show before, as well as 3 directors for the 3 specials, for the David Tennant specials. We've got Chanya Button, Tom Kingsley, and Rachel Talalay. Love Rachel's work, so really excited to have her back. We kind of knew that one already. Now, this is less of a hard reveal, but Scott Hancock, in an article that he did in the sort of production diary element that he did in the magazine, sort of talked about the expanded media of Doctor Who, and the books, the audios, the podcast, the comics, etc. he mentioned will be getting bigger and better than ever before. So that's exciting for me as a expanded universe consumer. I'm excited to see what they do with that. Now, also revealed in Scott's bit was that they have done the auditions for the companion to the Ncuti's Doctor on the 21st of September, which means that, because I think people were speculating that maybe Rose would carry on and be a companion of Ncuti, and she may well still do. There may be more than one companion, but they have auditioned a new companion and cast a new companion who we still don't know who it is yet since then. So we will hopefully get a reveal of that sometime soon. They're going to start filming in December, so I imagine next month, sometime in the next month, we're going to get a reveal of who the companion is. Looking forward to that. And but they've cast them, and fairly recently, so there we go. Now, back to the more cryptic stuff, Scott also revealed that the shave and a haircut knock he was asked to research something to do with it for an episode. What that will entail in the episode, who knows? But if you don't know what the shave and a haircut knock is, it's... I don't know if you heard that. Shave and a haircut. That bit, or what's the... I don't know. It's from... the shave and a haircut references from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Look it up. It's good. Now, in an article about the comic strip, Russell did point out that this is the 14th Doctor. This is not an illusion, because there's been some speculation that it was maybe a trick, an illusion. He categorically denies that here. He says this is the 14th Doctor. This is not a trick, illusion, or flashback. It's a real Doctor. So anybody with theories about it being, unless Russell is lying, possible, but I think he has very categorically said there that this is a real incarnation of the Doctor. Talking of the comic strip as well, it's going to cover the next year in one story. So there's going to be one serialized story in the comic book for the next year. I think it's the biggest story Doctor Who magazine has ever done. I don't know if they've ever done a 13-part story before, but they're going to be doing it for the next year. And it is all set within 1 hour of the Doctor's life. So for those worrying that he's going to have a huge wealth of stuff going on before his first TV adventure, he's going to have about an hour of adventure before his TV adventure, and that's it. Now, we're going to move on to spoilers for the comic now, because, as I said, I'm not going to show you anything, but I won't tell you the exact plot either, but I will tell you it involves the Daleks. Yes, the Daleks show up right at the end of the first issue of the comic, so where it's going to go, who knows, but the 14th Doctor has officially already met the Daleks. Russell also hints that there was a line in the third David Tennant's upcoming special that references back to the events of the comic, but the line has been cut, so that's a shame. It would have been lovely to sort of that line in series 1 where they reference back to one of the novels, just the events of the novels, just kind of an offhand line which just referenced it. Would have been nice, but obviously, unfortunately, it's been cut. And that, I think, is everything we learnt from Doctor Who magazine this month about the new era. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below. Do go out and buy the magazine because it is a great read, especially for that comic. That should be really interesting over the next 13 issues. Looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and all that jazz for more Doctor Who videos and other geeky pop culture stuff from me. See you soon. Goodbye.